Hey everyone, I'm Suri Serrano for AMC Movie News, and this is AMC Movie Talk, where we run down all the latest movie news, starting with this. Paramount Pictures has released the first official teaser trailer for the upcoming Star Trek Into Darkness, which is set to be released in AMC theaters everywhere on May 17th. The roughly 1-minute trailer gives us glimpses of all the returning major cast, as well as our first real look at the villain of the film, actor Benedict Cumberbatch. You can see the trailer over at AMC Movie News now. Joining me to my left is senior editor for AMC Movie News, John Campia.
Hello, hello.
John, what do you think about the trailer?
This trailer is everything I think Star Trek fans were hoping it would be, because we get a couple things. One, we see there is a bit of a darker tone to it, coming off a very lighthearted, really fun tone of the first one, switching it up a little bit, doing something a little bit darker, which I thought was great. We see there's a lot of, it's an action-heavy trailer. Everything from, you know, ninja-like guys diving around, swinging kicks and everything like that, to it looks like the Enterprise crashing into the ocean. But the key for this trailer, I think, the most important thing about this trailer was that it really gives us our first good look, as you mentioned, at Benedict Cumberbatch as the villain. Now, I said this in another video earlier today, but I'll say it again. They have officially denied and said that this is not Khan. They said that the villain is not Khan. That's what they said. They said the villain's not Khan. But I'm going to make a prediction and make myself look stupid possibly here, but I'm going to do it anyway. Let's see. He's come back for revenge, he says. We know that there is a particular Star Trek villain who is genetically engineered, who is stronger, faster, and more intelligent than the average human being. And he's got a real hate-on for Kirk. Khan. They've said it over and over again that Khan is not the villain, but I'm going to go out on a limb and saying they're lying, that it is Khan. I'm probably wrong, but I'm just saying that. But overall, the trailer is fantastic.
All right. Okay, so as most of you already know, Ron Burgundy will return to the big screen in 2013 with the sequel Anchorman. The legend continues. Most of the original cast is returning, but it is now being reported that Kristen Wiig of Bridesmaids and Saturday Night Live fame is in talks to join the cast as new love interest for Will Ferrell. John, what does this mean for Christina Applegate, and is this good news?
This is interesting news. Like, when I first saw that Kristen Wiig was going to be in it, first of all, adding Kristen Wiig to anything is smart. I don't care if you're doing Shakespeare. I don't care if you're doing a romantic comedy. Kristen Wiig is genius. And she was brilliant in Saturday Night Live all her years there, brilliant in Bridesmaids, and everything else she's been in. She's just so sharp and so good. But what made it very interesting was in reading that part where it said that they were looking at making her the new love interest for Will Ferrell, which instantly makes me think, well, what about Christina Applegate? I mean, she's not in that first teaser trailer, but she is listed on IMDb, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. So it says a couple things to me. One, if she is in the sequel, if Christina Applegate is there, then this is probably just a plot device, that there's this other woman that Will could possibly fall in love with, but it'll probably end up with Christina Applegate. But this could signal that maybe Christina Applegate's not in the movie at all. Maybe they're going to come up with some reason that maybe the Ling, the Chinese panda, eats Christina Applegate and she dies, and then there's a new love. I don't know. But I do think it's interesting. So it's either she's a replacement for Christina Applegate, or she's just going to create a plot device where there's a bit of a love triangle. Either way, Anchorman, one of my top, at least in the top 10 of, I think, the best comedies of the last 10 years. So either way, I'm excited about this. You got Steve Carell returning. You got Paul Rudd. You got all the significant cast coming back. I think this is great.
All right. Okay. It looks like there is still life in another Tron movie. It's being reported that Disney Studios has commissioned writer Jesse Wigatow to rewrite an already existing draft. This installment of the Tron series is said to involve an exploration of life and death in the digital realm. John, are you excited about another Tron movie?
You know, it's funny. Dennis and I were talking about this a little bit earlier. Like every other sci-fi geek, I was extremely excited for Tron Legacy. I was so looking forward to that. Seeing Jeff Bridges, an older and younger version of Jeff Bridges in the film, I thought was spectacular. It was really great. Olivia Wilde, as always, if nothing else, wonderful to look at for 2 hours. And she's a very gifted actress as well. But I think Dennis and I kind of have the same feeling about it. Dennis, you were mentioning to me what you thought about the last Tron film.
Yeah, it's so unmemorable. Like when
Perfect way to describe it.
When people mention it or talk about it, I'm like, oh yeah, I saw that movie. I forget that I actually saw it. So yeah, I don't know like what they're thinking of making a third one, because it didn't do that well at the box office, right?
No, it didn't do spectacular business at the box office. So then let me ask you, Dennis, what do you think about them doing another one?
I'm not that excited. I'll probably watch it when it comes out, but because of the last one, my excitement will be very, very tempered.
Tempered is a very good word for it. Look, I'll say this again. It's a sci-fi film, so I'm excited that they're going to come out with it. I didn't like the Star Wars prequels, but you're damn right I'm going to be first in line to see Star Trek Episode 7 or Star Wars Episode 7. And look at Tron Legacy. It didn't do bad. I mean, domestically, it made $172 million. Domestically, that's decent numbers.
Sure.
And didn't make all that. Now you got to temper that. $172 million doesn't sound bad, but it had $170 million budget. So this movie lost money.
Plus marketing,
plus splitting revenue with exhibitors, contracts, blah blah blah. Generally speaking, a movie roughly has to make roughly twice its budget, its official budget, to make money. Tron lost money, but at $172 million, obviously a lot of people want to go see it. So, and they seem to love this property. They must love the story they have in mind. So, as a film, not very excited for another Tron film. As a sci-fi geek, of course I'll be there. So, we'll see how it turns out.
All right. The 2005 film Sin City has been trying for years to get a sequel off the ground. Well, Sin City, A Dame to Kill For, is finally on the way and is currently set for an October 4th release date. Many of the original cast are returning, with a giant obvious exception of Michael Clarke Duncan, who tragically died earlier this year. It's now being reported that actor Dennis Haysbert, best known for his roles in 24 and The Unit, will now take over for Duncan's character. John, is this a good choice for Duncan's replacement?
You know, every once in a while, the thing I hated about the story when it first came across the newswire was that, oh yeah, Michael Clarke Duncan died. It still kills me. I love that dude as a performer. I got excited about it. Even when he was in terrible, awful stuff, I always loved seeing him on screen. Whenever I saw Michael Clarke Duncan in anything, it filled my heart with joy. He had that effect. And so he's very difficult to replace. Now, he was obviously a very rotten scoundrel in the first Sin City. Dennis Haysbert, who you mentioned 24 The Unit, but of course most of us know him as the Allstate spokesperson. That's what you get with Allstate. He's got one of the coolest voices in Hollywood.
True.
But he's also a very big guy. So look, he's a great talent. I always say it's never a bad thing to recruit talent. He's got a great deep voice, kind of very Michael Clarke Duncan-ish, very memorable, large guy, talent. Sure. I mean, look, no matter who they replace Michael Clarke Duncan with, none of us would be fully happy, no matter who they replace him with. So Dennis Haysbert, as good a choice as any.
All right. Les Miserables opens in AMC theaters everywhere on Christmas Day. But John, I know you actually got to see the movie last night. So
there is a review embargo on Les Miserables, so I cannot give a review. That being said, I'll say this. I am currently debating in my head where I am going to put Les Miserables on the greatest films of all time list.
Wow.
So that should tell you something about whether I liked or didn't like the movie. I can't go into it much more than that, other than to say I'm trying to figure out where Les Mis is going to fit on my all-time greatest motion pictures ever made by mankind list. I'll go more into it as the review embargo gets lifted. Hey, listen, folks. I just want to remind everybody right now. You're probably watching us on YouTube. Maybe you're listening to our audio feed, whatever. Take a minute and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can see the button pop up there. Just take a second, stop what you're doing, and click subscribe. It's absolutely free, and that'll keep you up to date on everything that we're doing over here at AMC Movie News with movie news, our editorials, and of course our daily AMC Movie Talk show. So just go ahead, take a second, and click that subscribe button. And hey, listen, if you like using RSS and iTunes and things like that to keep up to date with us, check the description of this video and you'll see links for how you can subscribe to our audio-only version if you want to listen to us in your car, and you can subscribe to the video version as well using iTunes if you'd like. Otherwise, click on subscribe right here for YouTube. Thank you so much, Suri, for
Thank
joining me
you.
today. Thank you to Dennis Zen. And thank you guys for joining us. Don't forget, join us every day to keep up to date on everything going on in the world of movie news. My name is John Campea, Senior Editor of AMC Movie News. And until next time, bye-bye.